Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Glad you could join us. Today we're taking out the Tier 9 Kagero, Japanese destroyer. This is after patch 5.5. So I have been trying for several weeks now to make the old 20-kilometer torpedoes work, and I have finally given up. If you didn't read the patch notes, basically what happened was the 20-kilometer torps now have a detection range of 2.5 kilometers. And in the game, that is just absolutely insane. You will see them coming from a mile away. I was getting full broadside torpedoes onto a battleship that they were not paying attention, and they saw the torpedoes from 2.5 kilometers away and just easily avoided it. Big, slow, giant battleships, and just, nope, they avoided every single one. So I finally gave up. I respec'd my captain, got rid of the torpedo speed trait, and then changed to the 10-kilometer torps that have a detection range of, I think, 1.7 kilometers. Might be 1.9. Either way, I found that this actually kind of works now. It's a little bit harder. You do have to try a little bit more to get your kills and get your torpedoes to actually hit targets. Thankfully, they didn't detect the ship's detection, so I'm still rocking the stealth trait on the captain and the camo and the module. So my detection range is 5.4 kilometers. That means I have absolutely no fear of any other destroyer out there spotting me before I spot them. Now the reason I dropped the torpedo speed, as much as I liked it, it dropped it to 8-kilometer range, and that puts me a little too close with all the ships that have radar and just accidentally bumping into things and whatnot. Having that extra 2 kilometers, I found through trial and error, it gave me a lot more survivability. I was just accidentally getting spotted by too many things, so I respect and got rid of that. I miss it, but gone are those golden days, I guess. So knowing that I have superior detection range to anything, I'm going to go straight into alpha here. Now they do have 3 destroyers, but I'm going to see them before they see me. So one of the strategies I use is, you'll see as soon as I get in the cap, I'll start going horizontal. What I don't want to do is go head in because of that. So there's an enemy Kagero. I've spotted him at 6 kilometers. I've called him out to my team, but he can't see me because he's not running a full stealth build. And because I was going horizontal, I was able to maintain this gap and just sail basically parallel to him and keep him detected. There's nothing he can do. And you see how far out I saw those torpedoes right there? 2.5 kilometers. He wasn't even aiming at me, but I spotted him anyhow. Those are the 20-kilometer torpedoes. You can't use those. You just simply can't use them anymore. Believe me, I tried. So now his torpedo spread is going to do absolutely nothing. I'm almost in range of this Montana. He's coming head on. He's trying to nose on at our 2 battleships behind. So I'm going to give him some torpedoes to make him think twice about that strategy. I am capping, so that Kagero pulled a complete 180 and is outside of the cap. I'm not worried about him anymore. I have plenty of backup nearby. So there's the cap. Thank you for the free points, Kagero. And I'm looking at the minimap, and yeah, that Montana's just maintaining his little head on. He doesn't want to show his side to our enemy battleships. So you see this a lot in Tier 9 and 10 games with battleships, as they just point their nose at the enemy battleship so they can't get citadeled. But he just took 2 torpedoes for his trouble. And he's probably going to think twice about this strategy now, which was the entire point. And he made a huge mistake in his turning out away from his team, and now he is isolating himself from the team. So I pulled a real hard turn right there, and I'm going to go hunt down and help finish off this Montana. Now had he turned to my left here and gone and chased his team, he probably could have gotten behind those islands, healed up, he would have been fine. No big worries. Instead, he's going to die. It's just a matter of how much damage can he do to my team before he goes down. And again, I'm abusing this really, really great detection range. I know that there's nothing anywhere nearby that can detect me, so I got all the way up to 5.9 kilometers before I fired off my torps. There is almost no way I'm going to miss these. Unfortunately, I didn't notice our Des Moines was going head on at him, and so I just gave him a warning, and that was my fault for not paying attention, that he's kind of going into my torps as well. And if he gets hit by them, that's my fault, not his. Looking good. Boom, got the Montana. And thankfully, and this was very lucky, the corpse of the Montana blocked all the torpedoes and my Des Moines did not get team killed by me. So that was a good thing. I was pretty worried about that. I did apologize to him there in the chat, and he didn't seem too mad about it. I do like in the chat log, though, that the Montana accuses his team of running away when he was the one who kind of just put himself out there as target number one. Yeah, he completely exposed himself. Yeah, that's his fault. So, taking a reevaluation. Oh, hey, there's a Kagero. Well, there's nothing anywhere nearby that can even shoot at me, so yeah, use your guns. The guns on the Kagero, and the Shimakaze for that matter, are actually very powerful. The ship just isn't very survivable, so pick and choose your gun battles. You can do it. I just got a couple disabled, his engines at least, and so he's either going to repair that or he's going to hobble around that island for a little while, and that Des Moines he smells blood in the water. So I'll follow him in. Plus, it looks, you see that Yamato right there? He's going into B as well, so I'm going to follow this Des Moines in. Again, maintain situational awareness. Baltimore up there is dead. I don't have to worry about him or his radar now. And the Yamato is just taking a beating from our destroyers. I'm not sure if it's the Khabarovsk or the Shimakaze that are around there. Probably the Khabarovsk. But he is in a bad situation, and again, he's exposing himself. You can see all of his teammates are way, way down in the far southeast corner of C. He's out there by himself. And there again, that was our Kagero friend again with his 20-kilometer torpedoes. You see how far out those torpedoes were spotted? Watch this next set. Bam, right there. This Des Moines has all day to dodge these torpedoes. It's easy. I mean, it's a good dodge by him. Don't get me wrong. But you can't use those torpedoes anymore. Yeah, it's just over. The golden age is over. I see a New Orleans over here. I'll go ahead and fire off a set of torpedoes at him. I'm not going to need both of this Yamato. You never know. So I can't fire yet because the Des Moines is in the way. I cut my engines to see if maybe I can slide him in behind him. But he turns in, and you know, I'm just going to switch the guns. I got lucky and got a fire on the first salvo. I don't want to fire my torpedoes because I don't want to accidentally almost TK the same Des Moines twice in the same game. There we go, he's dead.
Enemy battleship sunk.
And there's a Kagero. Let's see if I can get around the corner and help out our Des Moines, but I think he's kind of screwed. He beached himself. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. And, oh hey, look. You know, we laugh about battleships going in straight lines, but apparently cruisers are guilty of that too. I don't know why that New Orleans, just whatever. But I mean, you could see at least the 10-kilometer torps, they're fast enough and they have a low enough detection range that you can still even hit cruisers. It's not nearly as easy, but yeah, you gotta change strategies. So I'm capping at B, sorry. And that Kagero's right around the corner. I don't know if the Kagero knows I'm there anymore, I'm sure he saw me initially because the Yamato was there, and the Yamato certainly saw me. But we have this friendly Amagi that's coming into Bravo, and the cap is being contested. So there's the Kagero. He is trying to come in here. So I'm going to fire off my torps just to maybe happen to catch him on that and then get ready to gun him. Oh, there was a great shot. That was 4,200 damage. Let's finish him off. Come on. Get him, get him, get him. Wait, how did I not get the kill on that? Whatever, he's dead. He didn't even get his torpedoes off. And I guess that makes up for me getting credit for killing that Yamato earlier. Well, they're out of DDs. So this game is shaping up very nicely. The only thing left for me to really want to go after is this Tirpitz way over here, who again is isolating himself by going out ahead of his team. And he's going east to west, sideways, which is a perfect setup for a destroyer. Plus I'm a little ahead of him. If I was behind him, maybe a different story. But this is exactly where I want to be to try and kill a battleship. I don't think he realizes that I'm anywhere near here. So now the question is he going to come down this channel here or off to the right of this island? So I'm using the guide on the torpedoes to kind of give me an indicator of how fast he's going, if he's turning, if he's changing directions basically. And I'm just cut engines and I'm just sitting here, okay, which way are you gonna go? Because one way or another I'm ambushing you. I'll give myself a little bit more cover. Just be patient, wait for it. Yeah, he's gonna commit to the right of this island. So this is a tried and true tactic that worked at tier 2 and it still works at tier 9. I'm gonna torp him the moment he comes out around this island. There's not a damn thing he can do about it. So all in all, a great game. You'll hear a lot of naysayers saying, oh, the IJN Destroyers are now useless. Well, they're still using those 20-kilometer torpedoes. We just got to change our tactics up a little bit. I've been having pretty good success with these 10-kilometer torpedoes. So I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't give up hope. These Japanese high-end destroyers are still good. We just got to use them in a slightly different way. See you next time, folks.